Hello, I'm Carly Ann, Self-Esteem and Relationship Coach, and this topic that I've been asked to cover, like, you are in the right place. It was, let me just read it, asking me to talk about unrequited love, how to keep moving and not getting stuck. Let me tell you, like, I feel like I've had my own relationship with unrequited love itself. Look, one of the things I'm going to share at the end in terms of how to keep moving on, I think is the key when it comes to not just overcoming unrequited love, but also just heartbreak and pain in moving on from a relationship that is no more, whether it got started or not. And so with unrequited love, you're really talking about a love that is one-sided, right? You love someone or think you love someone and it is not reciprocated. They don't feel the same way. And I want to tell you that if this is something you relate to currently or in the past, it is one of the most painful things that you can experience. So I want you to know that. I'm guessing you're going through it if it's something that you asked me to talk about. And yeah, it's one of the most painful things that you can experience, to desire someone or something so much and there is nothing you can do to change that situation. And yeah, so I want you to know that. But in terms of my experience, oh my goodness, it used to be my catchphrase in my 20s to be like, but I love him, but I love him. And I want to say this, I genuinely thought I loved these people. People is my hook, is people not wanting me. So as soon as I perceive that kind of, yeah, they're not interested, it's like, I love them. First time it happened, I was about 20, I think, and it was extreme. It was extreme. Oh, it's so cringy. If I remember, it's so cringy. Anyway, let's not remember that too much. The last time I experienced unrequited love again that I thought was about 2-3 years ago. And it was actually the time where I fell really hard with an absolute just to the floor, and this person didn't feel the same. Although I would say they went to a lot of effort to make me, or not to make me, but yeah, to get me there. But anyway, that's another topic altogether. Yeah, they didn't feel the same, and I thought that I was in love, and I thought this, I really got a lot of feelings for this person, and I was just like, this is a pattern, not going to be going through this again. And it's when I really started to look at unrequited love in a new way, which is a way that I hope will help you. There's a lot to say about unrequited love that I can't just do in a quick video, but really what you're looking at is yourself. So that's what I had to look at. I had to look at myself. Like, love is enjoyable and fun and real when two people feel the same way. Yeah, when two people love each other, are giving love and receiving love. And so I had to look at myself and say, why do I keep getting myself into this situation? I say that I love love, and yet I keep finding myself in this position of unrequited love. And I would look at it like this. I would stop calling it love. That is the first thing that I did. And I found that so helpful. Like I say, love is a two-way thing. You've got to, and we do this on Becoming Irreplaceable, you've got to go back to your definition of love. What is love? For me, it was that pull back. It was when it was unreliable. It's when it wasn't there. Yeah, I had this picture, this image, this definition of love. You've got to really rewrite that, because to see this as love is destructive and it's going to keep you stuck. So firstly, don't see it as love. Yeah, that would be my number one tip, and that has been something that has really helped me. Then we've got these two choices when it comes to unrequited love, because it does happen, okay? People experience this. It's more common than you might realise. It's not just you, and it can make you feel so stupid when you experience it, but like, no, I don't. It's fine. It's fine if you like someone and someone doesn't like you back. It's really, really common. Most people experience it sometimes in their life. Like, let's normalize it. And, you know, I find that people are like, oh, well, that person's moved on now. They don't feel the same. I shouldn't feel this way. Do you feel that way? Yeah, okay, let's work through those feelings. Let's redefine that definition of love. Let's, you know, work through what you're actually feeling. But what you see is people respond in two ways. They will try to pursue the love, or they'll let go. I think it's obvious which one I'm going to be encouraging. I have been the one in pursue and chased. I thought you had to fight for love. And I thought that you could change someone's mind. And so I would fight for love. And the problem with pursuing it is painful, it's humiliating, it just keeps you on this loop, it keeps you like just stuck, and it's awful for the other person as well, because remember, the other person does know. The other person knows if it's unrequited love. If they don't know, it's not unrequited love, if that makes sense. They've got to know. So it can be not nice for them either, because they don't want to hurt you a lot of the time. It impacts your self-worth. You take it personally. You really just make your view about the world and about love and about relationships based on this, rather than just looking at it as being like, you're in a situation where you like someone, you're attracted to someone, and it isn't going to be. I think we need to just normalize it a little bit. The reason it turns into what feels like love is going on within you. It's when you've not let go or not heard what's been said, and you're still replaying the story. You're still playing the what ifs. Maybe it can work. Maybe I can do something about it. You're just replaying the past, replaying how you wish it could be. I would ask yourself, like, what is maintaining it? What's maintaining this? What are you doing that is keeping this story alive, that's keeping this love alive? Are you checking their socials? Are you seeing them? Are you replaying stories and fantasizing in your mind about what could be, should be? Like, what is actually going on for you? Because that is what that's what I'd be looking at. So that's definitely one of my key tips, is to stop imagining, try and come to reality. Is it painful? Yes. I'm not saying you're going to like the situation that you're in, but living in that fantasy is keeping it going. Thinking you can change their mind is keeping it going. It's what happens is you create something that's not real, and you end up living there, and so you're not living in your real life. The next thing to do is to pull back and see the bigger picture. This is one of the things that I find useful now. So for me, it's not that I haven't liked anyone that doesn't feel the same way, or it hasn't worked out, I should say, but it hasn't got to that point of unrequited love, because I'm able to catch it before it turns into a fantasy, before I make it something bigger. So one of the ways to do that is to pull back, see this as a chapter of your life. You've got to zoom out and just see that this is a moment in time. It's a moment in your life, and I don't know what lesson it's here to teach you, but it is teaching you a lesson. It's teaching you how to handle your emotions. It's teaching you how to handle yourself when you want something so much, and you want to chase something, and you want something to be different than the way it is. That can be really hard to deal with, and that's when we overthink, and that's when we get stuck. And you've got this opportunity right now to figure out how do I deal with that. And something about this you can take away, and it's going to be part of who you are and make you who you are, and someone's going to fall in love with that, and hopefully you'll fall in love back with that person. It's all there's a bigger picture. And that leads me on to the final point that I think is so necessary when it comes to overcoming unrequited love or heartache, and just being able to move on and not get stuck. we get absolutely paralyzed sometimes by this fear of this person in front of us not working out or not being the one that the one. And it's often because you have forgotten or don't believe that there's going to be someone else. You don't believe that you're going to feel like this about anyone else ever again. And you are, but you've got to allow yourself to move through this now and let go. And I use the term let go lightly. However, there are ways that we can let go. We can learn to do that. I let go of things every day. There's a process I go through. I do this because it's literally like part of what I do. But you can let go every time you feel yourself attached to this person. Every time your thoughts start to spiral about them again, you can let go and just redirect yourself back to where you're going, back to your future. Allow yourself to believe that there is something bigger and better and more suited to you out there. We forget that, and we think that there's no one else left on this earth and that you're never going to feel this way again, and you are. The way to do that, and the way to be able to move towards that feeling and that relationship, whenever that's going to be, is to really shut this one off, to decide actually it is a moment in time. It is unrequited, so it can't be love. It's not love if it's unrequited. And I'm going to take my lessons from it. I'm going to be stronger because of it. I'm going to appreciate the fact that I can feel this. I'm going to appreciate the fact that I appreciate this person. I'm going to look at what it is that I do like about them and, you know, hopefully have something like that in the future. But there's also parts of this that aren't right as well. We know that. And hopefully we won't have them in the future. It's all a puzzle, and this is a stepping stone for you. And if you can allow yourself to think bigger, believe bigger, dream bigger, feel bigger, then you're going to move on. You're not going to be stuck. But every day is a choice. And please know that when I do find myself in a situation where maybe I like someone or I'm attracted to someone and it's not right for whatever reason, there is a letting go process that I go through. So thank you so much for bringing this topic. It's a really common one, like I say, and when you're in it, you can really feel it. And I just want you to know that that's okay. This is a life experience you can take from it. And, you know, if you want to work through this, I work with people one-to-one on being able to overcome heartache, unrequited love, be able to move on and find that trust in the relationships that you're going to have by building that sense of self with yourself, by building a vision of who you are and what you want, and getting in touch with that inner fire, really, so that you can feel completely irreplaceable and overcome the insecurities, the cycle of low self-worth that we can get stuck in when chasing something that isn't for us.